If you're the sort of person that wants to make a difference in your work, then this book is probably for you. This is A Promised Land by Barack Obama. For want of a better word, it's his memoirs from an early child right up until the end of his first term as president. And I really like this book because not only does it give you a good insight into what happened during those years, especially if you're slightly interested in politics, but it also feels candid and feels honest in terms of the thought process behind making those tough decisions. And sometimes we can be almost sidelined by the headlines, or we don't know what's actually gone on in the minds of the people making these decisions. One really good example from the book is when the healthcare bill is about to be passed that's going to help millions of Americans be healthier and be better off as a result. And one of the themes throughout this book is the trade-off between the grand vision of what you want to achieve and the compromises and the concessions to make that happen, especially in partisan politics between the Republicans and Democrats. And the healthcare bill is one such example where there's so much that the Democrats want to achieve, or Barack Obama wants to achieve, but he has to make those concessions to actually get anything through. And I found that resonated with me as someone that wants to make the world better, that has this grand vision, but it's sometimes you have to do the practical things. You have to rein it in a little bit to make anything happen. Another thing that I really liked about this book is there's one paragraph, in fact, that's about the team that he builds when he's president. And often we think as individuals that one person as president makes all the decisions. And what this book offered to me was that sometimes, even in the most powerful positions, you need the right team around you to have success. That doesn't always mean the right teams in terms of qualifications, but in terms of things like values, ethics, actually knowing the people as well. And that's one thing that I think is maybe understated when we look at individuals that are very successful, people that run their own businesses as well, is a good example. And there's one paragraph, in fact, one chapter that really highlighted that, when he's just sworn into office and has to pick his team. All the different aspects of office that make a presidency effective, make the public sector effective. You have to pick the right team to make that work, and it's reassuring to see that it's not just Barack Obama making everything happen. Lots of other people as well that make that work too. And it's not all rosy throughout the book as well. There's a lot of challenges, as anyone that's lived from 2008 will know. The financial crisis, Deepwater Horizon, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, terrorism, in fact the global stage, the Greek economic crisis as well. And this is before we even go on to coronavirus, which is more recent. There's so much there's so many challenges that you have to go through. And I almost felt I felt sympathetic, because as president you probably want to make all these changes, and instead you have to firefight based on what's happened that was beyond your control in the past. And sometimes I think as business leaders, or even as employees, we have a lot that comes up that seems like it's out of our control. We just have to deal with it. And it's frustrating when the best case scenario, in the case of the economic crisis, best case scenario is sometimes really bad, but we know that the worst case scenario is dreadful. And it's hard for the public to see that. Sometimes it's hard for our customers to see that as well. So on the whole, I would really recommend this book to people, not necessarily people that are interested in politics, but certainly to those people that want to make a difference in the world. And from the point of view of one of the most influential people over the last couple of decades, Barack Obama, Nobel Peace Prize winner as well, it's good to hear the thought process that goes behind some of the big decisions, rather than just knowing what the decisions are anyway. And I think that can help you if you're trying to make the world a better place. So that is A Promised Land by Barack Obama.